Welcome to Cal State Fullerton and Asian American Studies. My name is Jennifer Yee. I am a faculty member in Asian American Studies.
Hi everyone, my name is Phoebe Sampaio. I am the current president of the Student Association for Asian American Studies, or SAS for short, and I am currently going into my third year.
And we're so excited to welcome you to Cal State Fullerton, and we'd like to tell you a little bit about Asian American Studies. And we know you're making a decision about where it is that you're going to go to college, and we're hoping that you choose both Cal State Fullerton and Asian American Studies. First of all, when we welcome you to Cal State Fullerton, we really welcome you to our Asian and Pacific Islander and Desi American community at Cal State Fullerton. So what does this mean? This means that if you come in as a new Titan, and you can see that we've got different versions of our Tuffy Titan right in the middle, this is the center of the universe. This is you. And around you is not just our department, which is offering you an academic challenge to be able to grow and explore. But we also have our Asian Pacific American Resource Center, which sort of provides a home away from home for our students in the Pollock Library South. We also have our Student Association for Asian American Studies, which offers leadership opportunities and involvement opportunities, ways to make friends and have a good time. And then we also have partnerships with community-based organizations so that not only are you learning and growing while you're in college, but you're also taking that information and all of those skills that you're learning out into the community, helping people, improving the lives of your families, your communities. So that's really what Asian American Studies is about. And there's really so much more. In Asian American Studies, if you'd like to major in it, you're actually going to be majoring in and trying to earn a Bachelor of Arts in Ethnic Studies with either an option in Asian American Studies or a concentration in Asian American Studies. So for example, if you are transferring into Cal State Fullerton and you are using a catalog year of 2019 to 20 or earlier, your degree would be in the Bachelor of Arts in Ethnic Studies with the option in Asian American Studies. However, we made some changes, and as of fall 2020 and later, if you're using that catalog year to determine your graduation requirements, your degree would be called a Bachelor of Arts in Ethnic Studies with a concentration in Asian American Studies. In addition, if you decide that you're going to minor in Asian American Studies, then you would simply have the minor in Asian American Studies. I also want to let you know that in ethnic studies, we have a Department of African American Studies, Department of Chicana and Chicano Studies, in addition to Asian American Studies. And we do try to work together. You have shared classes, as well as we have lots of great relationships with our faculty in those areas. In terms of understanding Asian American Studies purpose, I'd like to refer you to our website, but you can see that our vision is really to achieve and sustain social justice for all people, and with a specific focus on Asian and Pacific Islander and Desi Americans. And you can tell in terms of our mission and our goals, we welcome everybody into Asian American Studies who are interested in studying it and learning more about it. And we really want to try to empower people, not just to learn, but also to prepare you to engage in your communities and to advance social justice for all. We understand that you might have questions about what kinds of classes you want to take, how to establish your major or minor, and how to get connected at Cal State Fullerton. So in our department, we've established some new sessions this semester. We're trying it out. And we actually have some sessions available next week, beginning on April 21st, and then also the following week on April 29th. If you'd like to drop into this AJAM advice meeting, we have an alumni mentor who's there to talk about what classes might be good for you, to answer your questions, to help you get connected. And then we also have a faculty member who's there the second hour of the session to really get into the nitty-gritty of what kinds of classes you need to take. In addition to being part of Asian American Studies, we work very closely with our Asian Pacific American Resource Center, which is located in the Pollock Library on the first floor. And you can see that the mission of our APARC is to unify, empower, and support the community of Asian Pacific Islander, Desi, and South Asian students, as well as our SWANA students, Southwest Asian and North African students, who are on campus. They provide opportunities to contribute to your development, help you with your academic journey, and then also honor everyone's identities and cultures, and give a sense of belonging in their space. And we're super excited because during APITA Heritage Month, we have a whole slate of activities and events that APARC is hosting with a lot of folks on campus. And you can check it out at the link at the very bottom. I'd like to now turn it over to Phoebe to talk about SAS.
Thank you, Jen. So SAS is, again, the Student Association for Asian American Studies. We're a relatively new organization. We were founded in 2019. Our purpose is to bridge that a little bit awkward gap between professors and students. We support students in 3 ways: in academic growth, personal growth, and professional growth. We also provide leadership opportunities, a network to connect with other Asian alumni. It's not just open to Asian American studies, majors and minors. Anyone that's interested in Asia can join us, and we hold study sessions, we have game nights, and sometimes we as a club will just hang out and discuss what's going on in the world. And if you'd like to connect with us, our email is csufsAAS@gmail.com, and our Instagram is csufsAAS as well.
Thanks, Phoebe. It's such an awesome organization and a great way to get involved on campus. We kind of anticipated that in case you might not have questions of your own or we couldn't exchange questions, that there are a few frequently asked questions that students ask us, and we'd love to be able to cover them right now, which is one, do I have to be of Asian or Pacific Islander or Desi American heritage to study major or minor in Asian American studies? And the answer is definitely not. Anybody who's interested is completely welcome. We've had lots of folks across campus who find that studying classes or majoring and minoring really enhances the kind of work or career that they want to do in their future. And so they happen to do this and they find a great community in Asian American studies. In addition, people ask us, what can I do with an Asian American major or minor, particularly in terms of my career? And we have alumni who've worked in all of these areas in education, health careers, human services, social work, business, tech, law, community advocacy, and the arts. What we really try to do in Asian American studies is the following, and this is the third question, which is sometimes people say, my family and parents don't really understand why I want to study ethnic studies or Asian American studies, and what do I tell them? And one of the things I like to tell is that, Asian American studies really teaches critical thinking, leadership, teamwork, communication, creative problem solving, in addition to the important histories, experiences, issues, and empowerment of people of Asian and Pacific Islander and Desi American descent. And so it's a way of thinking and seeing the world and being able to pivot very quickly depending upon what your situation is. So it's a whole set of skills that can be applicable in any career. And our students have come back and told us that they are the kinds of people that they know that their colleagues want to hire because they're so flexible and creative and critically thoughtful. And we feel that from our perspective as faculty, that all of these skills will help to promote a person's health and happiness, your ability to contribute to our communities, and also career flexibility and longevity. So for example, a lot of people in the past might have said, I'm going to hold a career for 10, 15, 20 years. But for this particular time and generation, a lot of people are not necessarily staying in the same position for that many years, and they are asked to be creative and to sort of pivot to new directions. And a career with having the foundation in a major like Asian American Studies can be very helpful in that regard. Phoebe, do you want to offer anything in that?
Personally, my experience in ASAM has been amazing. You're declaring a major, welcome, and I'm excited to meet you. And if you're still on the fence about it, I highly recommend taking a class, because I took one ASAM class my freshman year, and it changed my life. And now I'm sitting here president of an org that deals so heavily with HM studies.
Appreciate that you are our SAS president, because I think that, this is one of the things that we can really do. And Phoebe's a great example of it, but also someone who's, now turning around and helping to create this kind of community for other students on campus. So you can see how much we really believe in it and also promote that in all of our students. By thanking everyone for coming, saying that we'll hope you'll join us as a Titan. You can see that there are all different kinds of Tuffy Titans. And that's what we really emphasize here, is wanting each person to be their unique selves when they come to Cal State Fullerton. It was so great to meet all of you. Just a reminder on the left side that the deadline to accept your admission offer is May 1st, and that's the link that you would go to accept your admission offer. Do you want to say anything else before we end, Phoebe?
I think you wrapped everything up really greatly. Again, I just want to stress that if you have any questions or you're on the fence, I will give you the SAS Instagram again. It is again CSUF SAAS at on Instagram. And then our email is the same, CSUF SAAS at gmail.com. And feel free to contact me with any questions, course recommendations. I'm here for it all.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for coming, and we hope that we wish you the best in making your decision to get where you're going to be going to college, and we hope you'll strongly consider joining us at Cal State Fullerton and in Asian American Studies.
Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Bye.